when you started, I already had to stop you from interrupting several times, which is a representation of your character. Furthermore, you somehow arrogantly wanted to speak of your education. You mentioned that you're doing molecular cell biology, which I think you think is impressive to me, which it is not, and I'll explain
It's
to
not
you
about
why.
impressive. It's not about
I'll
impressive.
explain.
It's
It
about
was a,
getting on logic and reality. Okay,
it's been
logic and
irrelevant.
reality.
I'll tell you why it's irrelevant, because you try to make yourself sound like you're impressive because you're taking a degree in molecular cell biology, but you're 37 years old and you're just now finishing the degree, which is a representation of your inability to be focused and diligent and to complete things. So no,
Listen,
I'm not
that's
impressed with a
no,
senior
actually,
citizen
actually,
in
actually
university.
not. Actually not. Actually
Impressive at
not.
all.
The point of the matter is this: either we're gonna talk about some logical stuff, real world stuff, or we're gonna play this ring around the rosy game. Because so far, it doesn't look like you want to actually get into a logical discussion.
All we're asking you to do, and we've already asked you 3 times, is just to not interrupt.
All right, well, go
Furthermore,
ahead.
cool, very good. So let's start you off with this basic question. So one of your many claims is that women are the prize, right? Is that one of your claims?
Oh, absolutely.
Fantastic. Tell us about that.
Okay. Well, first and foremost, when you get down to nature, raw dog nature, and not a artificial system like we live in, it is the male. Yeah, it's an artificial system. Anytime you have to create laws and law enforcement to redirect human nature, you're living in a system. So in raw dog reality, the male pursues the female all the time. He's wired to do that. And in raw dog nature, women get to deny, the female gets to deny access, right? Because guess what? The male's ultimate objective, biological objective, is to pass his genes along. Now, this is biology. Now, if we can't even agree with biology, then I don't know what we're talking about.
You're a true comedian. Do you yield the floor?
I yield the floor.
Fantastic. Go ahead. I'm going to
Okay,
respond
we
to
have
that.
16 books at Peace to the Saints. You already know why I'm here. He got the cold-hearted blue. Get the dry ice ready, fellas. 16th book. Hef.com said, tuition, thank you for all your guidance, Marquette. Because of you, I have completely eliminated alcohol and drugs from my life altogether. Peace to the Saints.
Peace of the Saints. That's a beautiful thing. Very happy
Dylan
to hear
said,
that.
no man wants her. Jerry said, she has the gaslight tactics on tap. Wow.
Well, it's impossible to gaslight a man such as myself, but she's making many attempts. We'll see them fail, just as her life in totality has failed. But to your point about nature and the state of nature, you use strange terms like raw dog reality. I imagine you probably got raw dog, which would have made you a single mother. And I don't need
You
to know
assume I'm a single. You assume I'm a single mother. What makes me a single mother?
your attitude, but let me finish
No,
again.
no. What makes me a
we
single mother, sinner? I mean,
warned
saint.
you again. We warned you earlier about cutting off and interrupting, and I see that you're doing it again. And
So you can bully and not actually have a conversation, right?
You're cutting off again. You see, you've been warned 4 times. Did I interrupt you while you were talking?
I'm not gonna let you sit up here and just say
Did
stupid
I
stuff
interrupt
like that.
you while you were talking?
What makes me a single mother?
Did I
My
interrupt
attitude
you
makes me a
while you were
single mother.
talking?
Does my
Did I
attitude? No, seriously. Does my
I-
attitude make me a single mother?
Now you're behaving
Saint?
like a child. We've tried to establish a civilized debate here. When you were talking, I didn't interrupt.
Saying
Secondly,
random things like that does not
calm down.
quantify debate.
When you were
What
talking,
makes me a single
were-
mother, Saint? What
was
makes
mad
me a
as
single
hell.
mother? No,
When
you
were
can't
talking,
make a sir, you
and
can't make a claim and
I
then
waited
not
until you
expound on
finished,
it.
and then I said, "Do you
What
yield the
makes
floor?"
me a single mother?
I asked, "Do you yield the floor?" to make sure I didn't cut you off. I showed
What
you
makes me a
utter
single
respect.
mother?
Even though you're not a respectable person, I showed you respect. And when you were talking, I didn't speak. And then when I thought you were done, I still didn't go out there, except that I asked you. I said,
What
"You
makes
yield
me
the
a single
floor."
mother? What
Why are
makes
your
me a single
feelings so
mother?
hurt that you can't be civil? How could you
Mm-mm.
purport to be
No,
a leader
this
when
is
you
a
can't lead
this is a
yourself?
question, sir.
You can't
This is a
even lead
question,
yourself. You're so angry. You're so
sir.
mad.
Sir,
Wow.
what makes me a single mother?
It's not your
If you can,
turn.
all you
talk.
have to do is answer. You can't make
So sad.
baseless claims.
Now, folks, sadly I had to mute, and I really didn't want to do that because I want everyone to have the chance to operate as adults. But as you see, she was speaking. I didn't cut her off one time. When she was finished, I said, "Do you yield the floor?" which permitted me to speak. Now that I'm talking, she's so angry that she can't contain herself and she's interrupting me for the 5th time. This speaks to her character. It's like, how can we have a debate if she's so angry she has no self-control? So number one, she speaks of a state of nature. She called it raw dog reality, which is comical that she's speaking about her past sexual experiences. In terms of raw dog reality, as she calls it, which is a state of nature, she says that the female is empowered to deny the male sex. Well, this is quite comical because in a state of nature where she refers to there not being laws and government and policing, well, the female is not actually able to deny the male sex. I guess she's not watched National Geographic. Does it look like consent when it's mating season and the alpha male dominates the female that he chooses? So what you should understand about a state of nature is you don't want to be in a state of nature, love, because in a state of nature, a big mouth yours, someone would reach back and slap the taste out your mouth and you could do all of nothing. That's number one. Number two, in a state of nature, if you were attractive and I wanted to slay you and you didn't want to go for it, I just take it. That's in a state of nature. Government, police, and civilization favors the female because it protects you, because in a state of nature, you get returned to where you really are, which is called a state of weakness. And especially when you're pregnant, you're further in a state of weakness. The only time that the female is actually protected is when she has a male protector. Hence, the true value and power is clearly in the male, and you referring to the state of nature has only validated that. Now, I will yield the floor so you can get big mad and explain to me why you're not a single mother.
It's not my job to explain to you why I'm not a single mother. My question to you is, you said that I'm one, so I'm asking you what makes me one. And then I'll address everything else. But what makes me a single mother?
Yield the floor?
Yes.
Okay. Are you with the father of your child? Married currently?
Actually, yes.
So you're telling the truth that you're with the father of your child currently married?
No, I'm currently married, but I'm not with the father of my child. But he did just pick her up and drop her off. No. No. No, Saint. No, Saint. No, Saint. No, I did not lie. My husband does not live with me. We are still legally married. And he, guess what? Just dropped his daughter off here. He picked her up and took her to get her hair done. So tell me, what makes me a single mother when I have an active father in my child's life who literally just picked her up and dropped her off? Tell me what makes me a single mother. Are you saying that I must be sleeping in the same bed every night to be qualified as a attached woman? Tell me what makes me a single mother.
Ooh-wee. Do you yield the floor?
Yeah, go ahead.
Number one, I want you to know that though I must vanquish you in the public forum, for you are clearly a demon as far as ideology goes, I want you to know that I see through you like glass. And
no,
what I
why?
see
because
you,
no, because the majority no, because
that's why you single. You talk too much.
Senator, no, Saint. Listen, I am a logical person who listen, sir.
You're not able to abide by the basic rules of decorum. You have no emotional control. You're not in a position to identify what's logical. I gave you 5 different chances to where I said, please stop interrupting. You have such a lack of emotional control. You're not in a position to lead anyone, for you cannot lead yourself. What is worse than that, I asked you a simple question and you straight away lied. I said, are you
what is the lie? What is the lie?
Everyone is going to be able to rewind this.
They can rewind it. I am still legally married. Okay. So me and my husband, listen.
Are you in a relationship with your husband?
No, I am not, but we are still legally married, which is a question that you asked. Are you married? Yes, I am still legally married.
Okay, so you're playing games here. So basically, when I suggest that you're a single mother, I'm suggesting that you're a single mother because I observe that you have a lack of communication skills. You are displaying a lot of masculine behaviors,
And
not
you're
good
not
ones.
manosphere? And you're not manosphere?
Would
And
you
you're not
mind?
manosphere?
Look, I'm going to let you speak because you need to speak. You need to get something off your chest. I'm going to listen to you. Go ahead.
No,
Go
because
ahead.
see, at this point, this is just triangulation, right?
I'm going to listen to
Th-
you. Go ahead.
this is triangulation. Okay. All right. So at the end of the day, this is not about debating points. Okay. Marital status, married legally. Okay. File for divorce. Divorce didn't go through. We got to refile. But he's still a parent to his child, which doesn't make me a single mother when you have an active parent, co-parent. Or are we playing a game about semantics with legality? What is it? You want me to be a liar because it doesn't fit your narrative, which I don't care what fits your narrative. Do you understand? Now, clearly, we didn't come here to debate
We
what's the
did.
topic.
Just you're so out of control, and this is precisely why
Listen,
you are a woman that the father of your child does not want. And
no,
listen
he
to me
actually wants to be with me.
when
He didn't want me to divorce because I
when
filed
I
for the divorce.
when I tell you this, I'm happy to debate you, but we have to inspect the background and credentials of the persons we're talking to. You were the person who brought up that you have a degree in molecular cell biology, like we're
Yeah,
about to have.
that you didn't want to answer, that you didn't want me to bring up, but you want to talk about
Again,
a marital
you're
status. Sir, first of
interrupting
all, I don't even push the idea of women being
You're,
with men,
you're
first of all.
interrupting again. You're interrupting again. Let me explain to you why this came up. You mentioned that you are a representative for women. Now, let me
Yes,
give
I
you a
am.
comparison. Yes, a representative, a leader. Now, take a time out to be silent so that you might hear someone else speak other than yourself, because it extremely is narcissistic that you feel you have to be talking constantly. Many times I volunteered to stop talking so you can express yourself. Now it's my turn to explain something to you. Now,
Go
you said
ahead.
you're a representative of women. You're a leader of women. Fantastic. Leaders are always under scrutiny because we want to know that you are somehow better off or superior, or your thinking, philosophy, and methods have yielded greater outcomes than the average person, which gives you merit for actually teaching them. Now, understand this. If you are a woman who can't even maintain a meaningful relationship with the father of your child, you failed in romance. If you are
Whoa,
a woman,
hold on.
you
No.
don't, you hold on.
No.
It's not your turn.
No,
You
because
hold
you don't
on.
you don't you don't get you
You
don't
will
get to
get
paint
a turn.
a false
You will
narrative, sir.
get a turn.
Sir, you
Listen,
don't get to paint a false narrative.
no, you will get a turn. It's just not your turn now. And you should have taught your kids that to take turns. I'm going to stop talking and then you can speak. It's not your turn right now. Be silent. And guess what? When you're talking, I'm going to take my turn to be silent. All right. Now, you're trying to step out as the leader of women and you failed at marriage. Marriage is supposed to be till death do us part, and it appears you're still alive. So you failed at that. You're no example of romance. Furthermore, on a financial level, if you want to teach women, one of the most meaningful things to teach anyone in this land of opportunity is finances, and you've not excelled at that. And then if you look at education, you're just now getting a degree and you're creeping into menopause age. So you failed at that. So the fact is, you have not outperformed any average woman. So what is so narcissistic in your mind that makes you think you're up here to be a teacher of others?